Pull no punches. Press the button, subscribe.
Fight fans, welcome, and I'm delighted to be joined here with me today by rising star and New Midlands area super featherweight champion, Brandon Bethell. How you doing, mate?
All good, are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Enjoying the sunshine. It's nice to finally have some summer.
Yeah, lovely day today. Lovely day.
Top stuff. First question to you: how does it feel to hear someone like me say to you that the New Midlands area super featherweight champion? What does that feel like?
Oh, it's buzzing, man. It's buzzing. It's something I've always dreamed of. So, yeah, I'm over the moon with it. I always remember as a kid, James Beach Jr. I
Yep.
always remember him walking into the gym, winning it, and I remember thinking, oh, I want one of them. And yeah, so yeah, now I've done it. I'm over the moon.
Brilliant stuff. So, your crowning of your new belt took place in your hometown of Wolverhampton on Saturday just gone. You beat Nico Ogbidi on a points decision. Nico was undefeated up to that fight, and it was your first 10 rounder as well. Obviously, you won that fight, but can you describe to me and the viewers watching your performance and your emotions after the bout? Obviously, it was winning the first bout of your pro career. How did it feel? And how do you look back at your performance?
My performance, I think I did everything that me and Gav wanted me to do. I did everything that part of the game plan that we planned doing. I made his arm short, and I feel like I was landing more shots. I was active. I felt like he would throw one or two at me, and I'd come back with four or five. Um, and I felt like I was going to the body and slowing him down, and everything we sort of planned worked. So that's the thing I'm most happy about, really.
Big shout out to your coach as well, Gabriel Rose, who obviously I know he's done brilliant with you. And speak just while we're on the subject of Gav, obviously he was elated after the fight with you, but how has your training been with Gavin?
My training with Gav's been great. Like so, I was doing the amateurs with Gav, and then turned pro with him, and he always said at the start, he said, "We'll turn you pro." He said, "You just got to trust me and just follow everything I say, and when I do, things go to plan." So, yeah, it's great working with Gavin. He puts a lot of time into me, every morning coming in the gym and working with me. So, yeah, it feels great working with Gavin. Yeah, buzzing.
Well, the atmosphere for that fight was unbelievable. You have some fantastic following, don't you?
Yeah, brilliant, man. They follow me everywhere. They always have done. Even in the amateurs, like I'd fight like on a local show in the amateurs, and I'd sell like 150 tickets. So it's
Brilliant.
just it's always been busy. So yeah, everyone follows me everywhere. It's where I'm from. Everyone just supports each other, and it's really good. And it's only going to get bigger as well. So I'm buzzing.
It's what's needed as well, isn't it? You look at fighters like Nathan Heaney from Stoke. Even when he loses a fight, the fans are always still there, and it's just absolutely what you need, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like I lost a couple of fights ago, and like I thought it was all done. Like, and then the next fight, I sold even more tickets. Everyone was there to support me, and it was like that like meant so much to me that everyone still came and still supported me. And you know what I mean. Look at me now. I've just won that, so it goes a long way. It really does.
Definitely. Well, that fight is available to watch on YouTube for anyone that hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
All you do is just type in BCB on YouTube, and it's the first fight that literally comes up. Got loads of views on it. I thought it was a cracking fight to watch. You both traded. I think you set your stall out from the off. I also thought you finished well as in the fight as well. And yeah, huge congratulations, because it's one of them with modern day boxing where you can win fights. But I've said this on many previous shows to many fighters before. It's entertaining fights as well that put arses on seats, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think I'll always be in entertaining fights. I think that's just my style. I think I'll always be in them entertaining fights. Do you know what I mean? I like to think I can box, but if I need to have a punch out, I'll have a punch out. So yeah, I'll always be in entertaining fights.
So is your preferred style, obviously you're coached the way you are, but is your preferred style, if you can, to just go on the front foot?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where I'm good. I like being on the front foot and nailing the body, really.
As I said, it was a really, really good watch, and I saw some of the comments underneath. Everyone was saying the same thing as well. So make sure, viewers, I will put the the link up sort of on the comments that to watch that fight. As your pro career is now, you're 7 fights in, 6 wins, 1 loss. You did mention earlier that one blemish you've got on your record. It was a points loss over 6 rounds, which was last October. Do you see that fight now? Obviously, you said you thought it was all over. Do you see that fight looking back now as a huge learning curve?
Oh, massive. On the night, so on the night I was fuming. Got back in the change rooms and I remember Gav going to me, he said, that's a blessing in disguise, that is. He said, you're gonna learn from that. He said that is like the start of it. And at the time I was like, what are you on about? Like I've just lost, how is it? And but now looking back, he was right, man. Like Gav was bang on about that. I learned so much off that, like more than any other fight I've ever had. I learned so much off it. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing in disguise.
So, when you had that loss and where you are now, can you sort of not believe where you are now to what you thought then?
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like I've literally that happened, and I was like, "Fucking hell!" Like I'm done. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm still young. I've got all the years left. I've got so many years, so I've got time, and I'm young, and I can just keep chipping away at it, and see how far I can get.
And so true. I mean, you know, look at there's lots of fighters that have losses and come back from them. I've said this many a times again. When we're sort of in a time now that when a fighter has a loss, they're done. They can't come back from that. They're done. But what it means sometimes, I mean, obviously you've gone forward. But what it means sometimes is you might have to drop back a little level, get your confidence back, go forward. But it's not a case of you're done now and you've had a loss, and you're going to prove it now. So what would you say is next for Brandon Bethel then?
You tell me. I,
I wish I
I
could.
honestly don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. Just like I say, I train hard. I train 3 times a day, and that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Just I think my job's to make sure I'm training and grafting away, and then picking what next is my manager Errol and Gav really, and them sorting that out. And I'm sure trust them to be in charge of that stuff, and I'll trust myself to work my socks off.
Great stuff. So your career now, like you turned pro, what is your daily life like now? How does your daily life go about?
So I usually wake up. Yeah, I usually
That's a
wake
good
up.
start.
Yeah, yeah. Then I usually first thing in the morning I'll go and do like a boxing session with Gav usually. Then I'll come back and do like a fitness session around 3 o'clock. I'll go back have something to eat obviously. About 3 o'clock I'll try and do like a fitness session, and then on the night it's usually like maybe some days like strength and conditioning. Some days like I'll just go and have like I'll go to hot yoga and things like that. Like do some mad stuff I swear, or I'll go and do like a stretching session or a sauna steam room, or I'll have like a little jog or something like that. But I usually do 3 sessions a day.
And I believe you have a nutritionist as well, don't you?
Yeah, my nutritionist Jack Coke is class man. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to
Mm.
do it without him. I've had him since my debut. And like before my debut, I'd in the amateurs and stuff. I realised that I never used to fuel my sessions enough, so I would like not eat enough because I'd be thinking I need to lose weight for my fight, and I'd go training, but really I wouldn't be losing as much weight because I couldn't put as much work into the sessions, if you know what I mean. So
Yep.
when I had Jack from my debut, and he was giving me like 4 or 5 meals a day, and I'm thinking I ain't gonna lose weight off this. But then I'm eating the food, and but then I can train more, and I get more out of my sessions, and the weight goes off you then, and it's really good. Like
So when you briefly mentioned there about your amateur days, what was your amateur record? How many amateur fights did you have?
I only had 7 amateurs.
Oh, okay. I did try to look at that, but I didn't. I didn't find anything about your amateur sort of
Yeah, yeah,
background.
and a lot to say really.
So you have turned pro very quickly, modern day standards, really.
Yeah, definitely.
But it has been done before. I've said before, Anthony Yard only, I think he had one or two fights as amateur and went straight to pro. So
Yeah, yeah.
it definitely can be done. So in the UK, we've got some real good super featherweights. For example, Anthony Cacace, Lee Wood, Ryan Garner, Josh Warrington. To name a few, and some new ones coming through like George Vizioli. Do you look at any of them fighters and sort of take tips from them or replicate what they do in the rings? Is there any fighters you look at?
Yeah, definitely. I watch them all really. I try and watch as much boxing as I can. I've got to, I know you've got to say you learn. You've got to see what the people better than you are doing really and copy it and follow and learn from it. So and learn from the mistakes as well. When you watch the big fights and you see how fighters make mistakes and learn from that. And I try and watch as much as I can really.
Well, Anthony Cacace, obviously, who's world champion in the super featherweight division. Um, he's very much a fighter who's in all action fights. Do you ever look at like someone like him and go, oh, that's the way I want to do, or that's the way I want to fight, or
Yeah, I definitely want to be in all like action fights and stuff like that. Like, that's what I love. I love a fight. So, yeah, definitely.
so even though as you're a boxer yourself, say like the style of Alexander Usyk, who's very technical. Do you find the technicality side of watching boxing sort of not your cup of tea? You prefer the
No, definitely like that kind of style, like Usyk. I love that. Like,
mm,
I just think Usyk. I think he's so clever the way he works. He's like just a well-oiled machine, and and like I really like that. I try and copy as much of his like footwork and stuff as I can. Usyk. I really study Usyk. I watch him a lot.
yeah? I spoke to another up and coming boxer who said the same to me. They all seem to want like look at Usyk, and I don't blame you at all, to be honest.
Yeah, I
Um,
think he's the all-round fighter. I do. I really do.
he's complete. He's superb. So the super featherweight division, very very exciting, isn't it? As a
Yeah,
whole now in the UK and as world level.
yeah, really is. I'm happy. So this is the first time I actually fought at this weight. For the belt. It was the first time I fought at the weight. But I've realised making the weight and everything that this is my weight. This is where I'm going to be boxing. Um, so yeah, I'm really excited to get going and see what I can do in this division. Like,
Brilliant. Well, finally, for people watching this interview, tell people how they can follow your career progression, what social media platforms you're on.
so Instagram, Facebook, Brandon Bethell. Um, yeah, on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, um, YouTube as well on the BCB page. There's always stuff on there. So yeah, them really.
Well, final question as well. You're Midlands champion, Midlands area champion now. I don't want to jump the gun too much, put you under too much pressure, but how far in the sport do you think you can go? What's your aspirations in the sport?
I honestly believe I can go to the very top. I've always believed it, and I'm always gonna. And since I was a kid, I've always believed it. And winning the Midlands title, although I always knew I would, it felt like a million miles away. And now I've done this, it's made me realise even more that going to right to the top isn't a million miles away. It's not far at all, and I've just got to keep chipping away, working hard, trust my coaches, trust my manager, and just yeah, keep chipping away.
I can tell as well your confidence is absolutely buzzing, isn't it? After
Yeah, I'm
Saturday.
over the moon.
That's what it's all about, though, isn't it? A happy fighter is a good fighter, and it really does help, doesn't it?
Definitely, definitely.
Well, this has been a fascinating interview with you, Brandon. I'm not just a channel to try and get names on, and like I'm all to get like people like you up and coming pros that can really establish themselves in the game. So I want to thank you for your time for coming on my channel,
No, I really appreciate you having me on, mate.
and good luck with your career progression. And we'll keep in touch with you, and all the best. And any just before we sign off, there's no signs of any fight news going forward. Nothing coming.
Nah, nothing yet. I'm just enjoying not having a date at the moment and just enjoying winning the other night.
No resting up though. You're resting up now, aren't you?
Nah, I've been
Feel
to the
that
gym
it.
today.
Fair play. That's what it's all about. 100% dedication, mate.
Yeah, man.
Brandon, thanks for your time, mate. Good luck with your
All
career.
good.
We'll stay in touch and yeah, hope everything goes great for you and speak to you soon, mate.
Speak to you soon.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, mate.
Brandon. Cheers,
See ya.
mate. Thank
See ya.
you.
Bye,
Bye.
bye, bye,
Bye.
bye.